what better spot, even though the weather is really gross and miserable, to answer questions on the economy of Newfoundland than here in the capital city of Newfoundland, St. John's. Isn't it gorgeous, guys? Windy. There's the rooms over there, if you guys remember that museum that we went to. Right there. And here's a map that shows different sites here. And they're all numbered. Isn't it gorgeous? Miserable, but gorgeous. What is the cost to live in Newfoundland? The average home costs roughly $350,000 here, and it's only supposed to increase. What is the cost of living in Newfoundland compared to India? It is 97% more expensive to live here in Newfoundland. What is the crime rate in Newfoundland? It's low. The worst you get here is pretty much people going into a convenience store asking for a pack of cigarettes or, I guess, a case of beer. How's the air and water quality here? It's one of the best in the world. What are the cost of goods? Very expensive. For example, a liter of milk, or 2 liters of milk, sorry, is roughly $5, not including tax. Is rent and mortgage good here? Again, it's expensive. Roughly for a 1-bedroom, most typically basement apartment is $1,500 Canadian. And remember, these are all Canadian prices. What is minimum wage? $10.75 Canadian. What is the Canadian dollar versus the American dollar? Right now, 75 cents, and it doesn't seem to be getting much better. When we went down to Florida, it was at 71 cents, and that was in October. So it's not very good right now, sadly, and it doesn't look like it's going to be changing anytime soon. Here are now some quick fun facts for you guys. When buying gas here, you not only pay for the gas, you also have to pay for a carbon tax on top of the cost of gas, on top of paying regular tax. As a Newfoundlander, you have to pay to live here. Natural disasters are low here, which is actually really good for property owners. When it comes to natural beauty, we are probably the best province in Canada, or one of the best, for natural beauty. The majority of our weather here is rain and fog, as you guys can see. We see sun, but not very often. Look at that, I'm back home again. But guys, overall, Newfoundland's economy isn't doing that well. We're actually billions of dollars in debt. We just took out a loan for the Muskrat Falls project from the capital of Canada, which is Ottawa. So, you know, we're not looking very good. We can get by, but pretty much checks here are your checks to live. It's actually quite sad, guys, because Newfoundlanders here are so used to people, I guess, because with our ancestors, the majority of them were fishermen, and we had merchants that would come here and would price the goods for us and take everything we had and take our money. So, you know, it's hard. It's really hard living here knowing that still our government today pretty much takes every penny that we have. So it really honestly hasn't changed since years and years ago. And like I said earlier, we're in a financial state. We're so in debt right now. It's ridiculous. Your check you get pretty much is your check to live here. Just to flick on your TV, there's only 2 providers here right now, which is Rogers and Bell, and they control pretty much the cost of, I guess, TV and entertainment, cell phones, etc. We have a few other cell phone companies, but normally to just flick on your TV to watch television, you're going to spend, an internet, I'll include that, so fiber optic, if any of you guys know what that is, it's close to $200 a month. Then you have to pay for your electricity, which is another, it can range anywhere because we get really cold winters here, from, if you're in just a 1-bedroom apartment, $80, and it can increase right up to $400 to $500 a month. So like I said, it's very pricey to live here, and everyone, it's so beautiful and gorgeous, but our economy just right now is really rough. People, Newfoundlanders especially, are getting kind of frustrated with it and frustrated with the government here for the simple reason that they're not really doing nothing about it. They're not really helping out fellow Newfoundlanders. They're more, I guess, I'm trying to watch, We pretty much have an open door policy for other people coming in, and Justin Trudeau is pretty much like, oh, here you go. Here's money for you guys to live here. Yet they're not really looking out for us, who pretty much, a lot of Newfoundlanders grew up as fishermen and are so used to the merchants taking everything. Now we have Justin Trudeau that's pretty much taking everything and giving it to everybody else. And it's kind of frustrating when you're like living here and you got to pay to live here, on top of not only paying to live here, every check you get from working so hard and going to school, which is another crazy thing. You're spending so much on education here to only pretty much get just above minimum wage, or you got to spend a few years in school just to, you know, be more in debt with the cost of your tuition and everything like that, trying to get out of that hole. And it's a money racket. People here are pretty much struggling to get by. Then Justin Trudeau had this brilliant idea of, hey, let's do an open door policy, and I'm all for it. I understand there's a lot of stuff going over in foreign countries right now, and it's really sad. There's a lot of violence happening and everything like that. I guess Canadians are just getting a little frustrated because they're giving all this money away, yet we're so in debt. And here, especially Newfoundlanders, are pretty much like calling out to Justin Trudeau like, hey, you know, help us out. Like, we're so much in debt. Do you not see what our government here is doing? Like, the cost of living here is crazy and we can't afford anything. Groceries are through the roof. Just to have TV and internet, which is roughly $200 a month, is through the roof. Like, I don't even understand what Justin Trudeau is doing, because like I said, all for helping people, I get that. But to pretty much say, here's a bunch of money, even though there's provinces in so much debt and people are unable to live in our own country, that we're going to invite people in, and hey, here's some money to pretty much live in a house for free thanks to the government and taxpayers' dollars, which is, I don't know, we get really frustrated. It's really hard for us as Newfoundlanders to have this open door policy and all these people coming in and the government saying, oh, but here you go, here's money, take it, you know, here's the house, here's clothing, here's this and that, and there's people that's living in the province not able to feed their kids, or not able to, I guess, afford the education that everyone else is able to get, because we're spending so much money on just trying to keep the lights on and trying to feed our families and stuff like that. So I guess pretty much moral of the story is our economy right now is squat diddly squat. It's terrible. It's not a time at all, especially for us who live here, and it's crazy to know that we have to pay a tax on top of our gas that we're already buying and paying for, and it's also crazy to know that we have to spend so much in taxes, which is ridiculous, because the government had the bright idea to do projects, these big projects, and be so in debt when doing these projects, and charge us, you know, us Newfoundlanders more taxes because they want to do this stuff, and pretty much like, oh, but it's okay because we'll charge you guys. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. See you now. And don't forget, grant 3 wishes.